Okay, so we started a new topic. So the topic is the laws regarding how to compensate for missed prayer. So we spoke about it briefly, right? When the person missed a prayer, right? And so now we're going to details how to compensate and when somebody is allowed, when somebody is not allowed. Okay. So let's see. So commentary. The commentary. We start. Each one of the 3 daily prayers must be recited within a specific time span. Okay, as we said many times. After which it may no longer be recited. Nevertheless, under circumstances, compensatory prayer may be recited to make up for his prayer, for the missed prayer. These circumstances and the particulars of such a prayer are delineated in this Siman. So let's see, there is a commentary. Throughout this Siman, the discussion of compensation for prayer refers specifically to Shemoneh Esrei, for which the Rabbi instituted compensation so that one should not lose the opportunity to beseech Hashem's mercy. See Mishnah Berurah 108.3. Okay, so when we say that you're allowed to compensate for this prayer, Rabbi it's only Shemoneh Esrei. It's not the whole prayer. Okay.
Rabbi, so what's it called? If I say I'm not allowed to say the Mincha Uvalatzion by let's say Ma'ariv, I can only say Shemoneh. I mean Mincha Aleinu. I can't say the Mincha Aleinu during Ma'ariv.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
I mean, okay, you can say Aleinu since it is a psalm, so you can say any time you want, but it's not going to be counted as you said that during the Mincha.
Aleinu is all psukim. I thought some of it isn't psukim.
I apologize. I thought you say Ashrei. No, Aleinu you can say it's psukim. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Aleinu, got it.
Okay, so continue. So Sif number 1. It has already been explained in Siman 18 that if one deliberately allowed time for the prayer to pass, he has no way to of compensating for the missed prayer. That's where when we get all these questions. Right? And I said have some patience and we're going to get it to get to it. Okay. So basically, if he did, he knew that the time is about to pass, and he said, no, let me go to the store, let me go to do this business, that business. So basically, there is no way for him to say this prayer again. Come to him. Then not again, but to compensate. According to Shulchan 108.7, he may nevertheless recite Tefillas Nadav, the native prayer. So meaning extra prayer that we're going to learn about it. See Mishnah Berurah 108.22. See Shulchan Aruch 107 for the laws pertaining to this type of prayer. Kitzur, however, rules that the native prayer is never recited nowadays. Okay. So the native prayer is like a voluntary, completely. If I remember correctly, so he has to like add something or add some requests to that prayer. But okay, but let's go by Kitzur. Nevertheless, if due to an error or in involuntary situation, one did not pray during the proper time, or if one erred in his prayer, in a matter in which he is required to repeat the prayer, but by the time he realizes his mistake, the time for the prayer had passed. In all these instances, one may compensate for the missed prayer by reciting compensatory prayer after the reciting the next prayer. Okay, so there are a few commentaries, so let's do this piece from the beginning and we're going to explain.
I have a question. What's it called? Does it count? It's within one's power, because let's say we knew right away that 38 minutes after Shkia is already a different day. Okay, let's say, right? And we couldn't say and we couldn't say it anymore. So my question is like this: let's say we were trying to say it so on and so forth, right? We were trying to say the thing, but we ended up, because the koilel, right? We said what's it called? We said the short Amidah, or the repetition first, okay? Right. Then we said the actual Amidah. In that case, we could have done an Amidah at the right time and had the repetition at a different time. We could have had the repetition afterwards. So so does that count as out of one's power and one's power, or no?
No, it's not. I mean, he did not down completely, zero.
He did not.
He did not pray. Period.
Why not?
Exactly. That's the question. So they say in a situation beyond his control. I don't know. He was He was sick. He was sick. He has a high fever in the morning, and let's say by afternoon he feels much better. There's no more fear. At least he feels better, so he can pray. So even though he's not obligated to pray, but he can pray on Mincha two prayers, one for Shacharis and one for Mincha. First you always pray the Shemoneh Esrei for the prayer, the current prayer, and then the second is additional one, not the opposite. You understand? Or I know something happened in his house, he had flood in his house. I don't know, whatever happened. So, and he was taking care of this flood, right? And stuff like that. And by the time he finished, it was too late to pray Shacharis. I think it's possible, or other things. Children, small children, many other things.
In the case that I gave you, it's not at all. He didn't say the Amidah.
No. I mean, they prayed. Here he missed completely, or he made a mistake. For example, as with all these additions from our not from previous chapter, but from the chapter before, right? He missed this addition for Rosh Chodesh, for this and that. So when we require him to go back, or he did not say Mashi Faroch Morit Hageshem, right? Or said whatever mistake he made, when he's supposed to go to the beginning of the prayer, and he did not. Then he realized later, somebody told me, did you say this addition? We actually start today. He said, whoa, I forgot this and that. So in this case, he has to pray again. So he has to pray again in the next prayer. Mm-hmm. So one more time. He missed completely, or he did, or he erred. That's two scenarios. But of course, there was circumstances beyond his control. If he planned like that, so I said, no, I don't have time for Mincha now. I'm going to pray Marif. It's a Choshev minyan, very important minyan, and I'm going to pray to Shemoneh. So it's not working. So he's not allowed to say that second Shemoneh. Okay, so let's go from the beginning of this part, and we're going to explain. Nevertheless, due to an error, there is either he simply forgot, or he thought that he had already prayed. I mean, possible, but later realized that he had not done so. Okay. Right. So if he erred, or in involuntary situation, for example, he was unable to pray due to the illness or intoxication. Okay, why should have he drank in the first place? That's a different story, but okay. One did not pray during the proper time, or if one erred in his prayer, so that's a second scenario. In this matter, in a matter which is he's required to repeat the prayer, but by the time he realized his mistake, the time of the prayer had passed. So of course it's properly to pray as soon as possible, right? As we said before, you made a mistake, so try to pray right after this prayer, or if you just realize after he finished down it altogether, so pray it's Shemoneh. So basically, don't postpone it. But here in this case, he did not until it's too late. Okay, we have one more. Okay. Hi, or we learn in the laws regarding how one can compensate for a missed prayer. So if you did not say a prayer for whatever reason, so I mean not voluntary reason, so you are allowed to say it in the next prayer services. Okay, so continue. Just one second. So let me say it again. In the matter in which he's required to repeat the prayer, so he missed something in the Shemoneh Esrei, and now he has to go back. But by the time he realized his mistake, the time for the prayer has passed. Okay, which is possible. In all these instances, one may compensate for the missed prayer by reciting compensatory prayer after reciting the next prayer. Meaning, as we said before, prayer means what? Prayer means Shemoneh Esrei. So after he recited, for example, he missed Mincha, so now he went to Mariv, so he prays Mariv Shemoneh Esrei, and then he prays Mincha Shemoneh Esrei. Commentary, for example, one recite compensatory prayer missing Shacharis after praying Mincha. Okay, so they give a different example, but same logic. Continue. However, he must first recite prayer whose time it is. So as we said, so it's Mincha now, so recite Mincha, and then even you will say, what's the difference? The prayers are the same. The prayers are the same, but intention is different. You must have intention that you pray the correct prayer. Right, so one more time. However, he must first recite the prayer whose time it is, and only afterwards he can recite the compensatory prayer, number 7. Commentary. If he reverses the order, he is required to repeat compensatory prayer. See Shulchan Mishnah. So that's so if he reverses the order, it's possible to reverse the order. It's possible. So I give you this example, and we're going to learn, for example, tonight Rosh Chodesh starts. So he prayed Mincha. Mincha was a weekday. On Mariv we have to add Yala v'Yovei. So how and he prayed first. He prayed the Shemoneh Esrei for a weekday, and second Shemoneh Esrei he prayed for with Yala v'Yovei. Right, so they say clearly that you have to repeat this the first Shemoneh Esrei because it's invalid. So let's try to understand why. Continue. Thus, if he did not pray Shacharis, then when the time of the Mincha prayer arrived, he should first recite the prayer. There is a Shemoneh Esrei for the sake of the obligation of praying Mincha, and then should recite Tachanun. So after that, he said Tachanun. Commentary. One who is recited compensatory prayer, compensatory Shemoneh Esrei Shacharis or Mincha, may wait until Chazan repetition of Shemoneh Esrei before reciting his compensatory prayer, Shemoneh Esrei. See Mishnah Berurah. So basically, of course, as we finish the last chapter, how important it is to answer to Kiddusha, right? So they say, okay, you finish your personal, let's say, Mincha Shemoneh Esrei. You answer the Kiddusha, and then, or you even wait until Chazoras Hashatz, right? Complete Chazan repetition of the Shemoneh Esrei, and then you can start Shemoneh Esrei that from Shacharis that you missed. There is no problem. So there's not such a thing that you have to do one after another. So, but here the Rabbi is very clear. He said that Tachanun is attached to the Shemoneh Esrei. Immediately after that, he should recite Esrei, even Esrei, right? And then pray another Shemoneh Esrei to compensate for Shacharis Shemoneh Esrei that he missed. So basically, we say he's saying even not only after Tachanun, but even after Esrei. So I guess when they say Ashrei, meaning even after Uvalitzon, meaning after he finished completely praying, almost completely. He finished the Shacharis, so he said second Shemoneh Esrei. Continue. Similarly, if he did not recite Mincha on time, so before that we said Shacharis, now we said the Mincha on time, he should then at proper time recite the Mariv Shemoneh Esrei, and then wait only the amount of time that it takes to walk for Amos. They say approximately 2 or 3 seconds. In this case, however, he does not recite Ashrei, okay, as we said before. Rather, he should immediately recite the Shemoneh Esrei prayer to make up for Mincha. Okay, so in this Shacharis is very simple. I'm sorry. In the Mariv is it's very simple. So he finished the prayer, right? He's the Shemoneh Esrei prayer. He waits 2-3 seconds, and he starts second Shemoneh Esrei. Wait, okay, just 1 second. One more time, just to make sure that we did not miss anything. Similarly, if he did not recite Mincha on time, he should then, at the proper time, first recite Mariv Shemoneh Esrei, as we said, and then wait only the amount of time that it takes to walk for Amos. And then, in this case, however, he does not recite Ashrei. Okay, so Ashrei is, that's it, he means Ashrei. Rather, he should immediately recite Shemoneh Esrei prayer to make up for Mincha. Okay, we did not miss anything. So let's see.
Rabbi.
Yes, go ahead.
When we say immediately, do we mean after the repetition or no?
No, during the Mariv there is no repetition.
No, I'm saying in general, because for other times you have to do it, what's it called? Because let's say I missed Shacharis and now it's Mincha. And I just have Mincha and now they're about to repeat the Shemoneh Esrei. So do I say it while they're repeating it? Let's say I have 30 people, I know 10 people are listening, let's say.
Exactly. So you can do that, but they say that the proper way is to at least do Kiddusha. And then separate to Kiddusha and then do Shemoneh Esrei. Or another opinion said you even allowed to start after the completion of the Chazor, repetition by the Chazan. You don't need the median. You personally do not need the median for that. You compensate for something previous.
Maybe it's a good idea to start at the same time as the Chazan, no?
Maybe. I mean, unless you know the Chazan, unless you know that his tune, so it's not so easy to follow.
Got it.
And I say better not to. I mean from myself, just logically. I'm talking logically, right? So you would not be able to concentrate on what he's saying because you would always think to be like in sync with him. You understand? So I don't think it's a good idea. In other examples that we gave before, if it's that's preferable way, that's he has no choice. That's a different story. But here, as you said in an example, you said there are other people, 9 people who can answer. So basically, don't do that. Okay, so 1 second. I want to see something. Immediately after he should recite Ashrei. I'm trying to understand why they say Ashrei but not Uvalitzon. Shacharis. He's a Shachar here. Okay, one more time quickly. I want to read the previous paragraphs to make sure that I said correctly. 1 second. Thus, if he did not pray Shacharis, then when the time for Mincha prayer arrives, he should first recite prayer. This was Shemoneh Esrei for the sake of obligation of the Mincha, and then he should recite Tachanun. So we're talking about Mincha. Immediately after that, he should recite Esrei. And then pray Shemoneh Esrei to compensate for Shacharis. Shemoneh Esrei at the that he missed. I'm not sure what does it mean. So it looks like between the two Shemoneh Esrei, the author is saying that to recite Esrei, because in Mincha there is Esrei only before the Shemoneh Esrei, right? Then you go Shemoneh Esrei, then Aleinu L'Shabeach. I mean, then Tachanun and Aleinu L'Shabeach. So looks like he said that the way it is written here. So he said, do Mincha, Shemoneh Esrei, do Tachanun, do Esrei, and then do second Shemoneh Esrei. Okay. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I think I learned it, but I don't remember what was the reason. Why do you need the second Esrei? Okay. But anyway, we just follow whatever they say. I think even if you forget about Esrei, it still should be sufficient.